You began with time and tune, once a week on the big wooden wireless which sat on the shelf behind teacher's desk. You penciled black notes on the laddered page. They looked like lollies turned on their heads. You learnt the proper name for each note: quaver, crotchet, semi-quaver, demi-semi-quaver, which was a bit like music to say. You made your fingers into percussion when the BBC lady told you to, and cupped your hand to count along with the radio beats. In your head, you were always drumming out like a cucaracha, another delicious word to say. Later, they gave you a brown recorder, and you took great pleasure in making it squeal. You chewed the mouthpiece and never cleaned the inside out, so it smelt of slabbers and sour breakfast milk. You could do a passable ode to joy, and at a pinch row row your boat, but Eau Claire de la Lune remained beyond you. Your baby fingers were chubbed and sluggish. You could not stretch to that bottom note. You failed your audition for the recorder ensemble, but blessed with a healthy sense of your own ability, shuffled straight onto the orchestra, which was a democratic setup. Come one, come all. Your school was much too small to be picky. Everybody was welcome to play. Instruments were allocated according to size. You had big hands and were reasonably tall, so you got the cello. You desperately wanted the flute. Flutes were delicate, feminine, easy to transport into school. Dr. Simpson insisted your lips were not right. You were better cut for something with strings. If you practiced hard and learnt your scales, you'd be orchestra bound before you turned 9. For a month, you were a cellist. You carried the fat figure 8 of it all the way home most evenings to practice. This was a long mile there and back. The cello weighed an absolute ton. You plucked your way through Twinkle Twinkle and a couple of other nursery rhymes and gave up before you'd even graduated onto a bow. The strings hurt your fingers. You felt undignified straddling a cello in a school skirt. Your time as a semi-professional musician taught you the following brutal truth. It is good to know your limits. You cannot run in every lane.